Hello and welcome to another Ninki Talks episode. Today we are talking to the lovely Terry from Clever Fox Creative. Hello, Terry.
Hi, how's it going?
Good. It is wonderful, and it's lovely to see you. Thank you so much for taking the time to chat to me today.
Run a boutique branding and web design studio called Clever Fox Creative. So what we do is we create custom websites and do really emotive and connective, branding projects as well. So the kind of clients we generally work with are people that are really passionate about what they do. They might have a giving back arm to their business, for example. There's two sides of it. So I guess a lot of people, especially when you're starting out, try and do the DIY kind of website. So maybe like a Wix website and things like that. And that I never discourage people from necessarily doing that, because when you're a startup business, you don't have any money, you need to keep the money where you mostly need it. So websites like that, I don't think they're necessarily bad. But when it comes to doing custom design, I think the core difference is that it's kind of like getting a tailor-made suit, right? Versus getting like something off the rack. It's going to be unique to you. Only you know your story, only you know your passion. And all of that bleeds out into design as well. So for custom design, you're better able to tell your story in a way that visually, I guess, connects to your audience as well. And it also means that you don't look like your competitors, and you have a good opportunity to set yourself apart, be a little bit innovative, do a little bit cool, funky stuff, and being really clear about what your call to action is if you're a business. So obviously at the end of the day, you want someone to do something at the end of, the transaction that they have with you, that at the end of the experience, especially if you're running marketing to your website, you need to make sure it's really clear what you want people to do. And so having a bunch of different buttons that say different things is just going to be confusing. Figure out what you want people to do at the end of the day, what's going to bring you business, and then make that the button and make everything else secondary. I feel like people put way too much emphasis on buttons, and it should only really be used for the one thing. What we try and do all the time with our websites is trying to tell your story. So people want to buy your products or your services because of who you are, not necessarily the products or service all the time, because most businesses, their services are very similar to another business's services and another business's services, same with products. Whereas your experience, your passion, your story is unique to yourself. It makes a large amount of difference. So we oftentimes use a framework called Story Brand, and it basically summarizes who the customer is, what their problems are, and it helps you better relate to them and then write content around that. And that always makes for a better selling experience, I find. WordPress, probably because it's a little bit harder. Wix is really easy if you have never done anything like that before, but WordPress is better in the sense of you have more options in terms of like scalability of the website, making it more mobile friendly. Wix isn't like notoriously well known for being super mobile friendly. And also outside of that, it's way better for your search engine optimization. So getting up on Google. Wix has some like very basic features inside of it, but WordPress gives you like tools to do pretty much whatever you want in terms of that. And you can grow it as much as you want as well. I think something that often happens is people don't really research what they're going to be installing, and the core issue becomes like the theme of the WordPress website that you install. The theme essentially dictates what you can do with the website, and then you end up having to tack on extra plugins if it doesn't do what you want it to do necessarily. So doing a bunch of research around what themes are good. People also fall into the traps a lot of not checking, it's getting slightly more technical, I guess, but like checking when the last update was for that theme, because if it's more than like 5 months, it's not going to be good, because if it never gets updated, it means your website's going to break eventually, because all of the plugins will be updating and your theme won't be updating, and they won't be able to talk to each other properly. And so that ends up causing issues as well. If there's videos around whatever theme you're getting as well, because then that's really going to help you kind of get a hang of what you're doing more easily, rather than just trying to do a lot of guesswork, and then you're going to be wasting your time as well. been working on so many projects that are like totally in line with our like our purpose and our passions. So I can't like give heaps of names, but we're working with a few agencies that are all female owned and all the team are women, and that's awesome for me. I love that. And both of the agencies, they're really passionate about working with female business owners as well. So through that avenue, we've been working with a lot of non-for-profits, things like helping people who are leaving prison reintegrate into society through providing housing, or helping people not enter or re-enter the prison system by giving them extra support. Those kinds of things we're working on at the moment. We have our own website, which you can check out. It's cleverfoxcreative.com.au. You can also just reach out to me directly. My email is Terry, so TERRI @cleverfoxcreative.com.au. And we're also just all over social media, all under the same name, so it's super easy for you to find us.